It's always good to have a look at what's actually here. That's all I ever used when something was appearing. You know, if I had a challenging experience appearing, if we've picked up identification. So there's this, it was always to go to what's actual. That was the most important thing. And that's sort of what I want to express in the call today, is to always go what's actual, what's here, what's in direct experience, and what's undeniable first. So that's just the way we point to it, is to open the focus. So now the attention isn't closed down, isn't narrowing itself into the limited view. So that's not our experience anymore. We've got this broad open view. So we're now starting to feel into the bigger picture. You may notice the body just starts to relax a little. And there's this sense that we can just rest back now, that we're not leading the moment to be any other way. We're not projecting into the moment. We're just resting back and being with the moment. And there's the sense that we're still maybe potentially feel like we're located in the head. So a little bit like a stone dropping down in water. We can drop down, down, down. And this is our attention dropping down, down, down into the ground of being, which may be the contact points of the body in the chair, the bottom and the seat, and the feet in the ground. Just directly experiencing those. Or it may be bringing attention to the heart center, whatever is the most available to you, what most natural, most resonant. So we just rest there and we don't add anything else. We're just noticing what's already here. So we're not creating anything. This is just the direct experience of being. And we could say there's an awareness of the breath in the heart center, or feeding into the contact points. We can also just peel away any labels and directly experience what's there when we don't apply any more labels. We don't go to concepts and thoughts and ideas. This chance to see what's always here, what's fundamental, what's aware of all of the experiences, all of the comings and goings, all of the potential invitations, the textures of experience that are appearing within us with this broader view. We can start to feel into our formless nature that's experiencing form, can experience itself as form. So we feel into the formlessness. Where does awareness end? Is it confined to a body-mind? Or is it just ungraspable where it ends? And there's no denying that we're aware. We don't use a mind to check that. That's always here. This awake awareness, this never changing awareness that's been with you all the way through your life, that's actually never changed, even though the physical body's changed and the thoughts of the human experience, the thoughts that go with it, the story and the thoughts about it have all changed. The views have changed, but what was viewing has never changed. And so can you turn your attention to that was always viewing? Can you feel that it's timeless? effortless, untouched by all of the appearances. That what you fundamentally are is total freedom. It's never been bound. It's just like the vast open sky. It can't be, it's not limited by whatever appears in it. All the movements can appear within it. But if we turn our attention to awareness, aware of itself, or just the knowing of awareness, you may notice from this turning within that the story drops. And we've got chance to explore what we fundamentally are, which may just be very quiet, may just be stillness. So for the benefit of Christina, we're just going to do a very short intro into where we already are. Our fundamental nature that's always here. Sorry, I'm laughing because it just is so funny to direct us to what we already are. So it's this open view and this resting back, nothing to get. We're just looking at what's actually here. The attention can drop down, down, down into the ground of being. Feel into the contact point. Or maybe attention in the heart center. And then we can turn that attention towards this awareness that's always here. That's never aged. That doesn't come and go. It's the same awareness, whether you're 5, 15, or 30. Every birthday, the same awareness is looking, experiencing a body-mind. Body-mind changes, the story for me changes, but there's something prior to that. Something aware of all of the ever-changing. So we're turning towards that never-changing, towards what's primary, towards what's aware of all of the ever-changing, what's abiding, what's always there when we look, because it's what we are. It's this direct experience of being here now, alert and awake to itself when it turns within. It gets to turn in, and I just invite you to explore this over and over again. So the body-mind recognizes its fundamental nature, what's animating the body-mind. What's underlying all experiences. Just this turning in of attention. This rested down in being. The more we visit this, the less we believe in the appearances. We don't deny the appearances, but we just don't adopt them as happening to a me. You know, that personal experience is still experience, but we know what's experiencing it is this impersonal being, infinite being, totally untouched by all of the comings and goings, the experiences. There's something that's unaltered, something totally free. Vast and open and allowing, naturally allowing, doesn't have to allow. recognizes everything that's already here is already allowed, because there's nothing to stop it. You know, there can be textures of experience, resistance appearing in this vast spaciousness. There's no boundary to awareness, no center to awareness. There can be an experience of one, but the experiences are not who you are, because they come and go. What you are is ever-present awareness, present moment awareness, pure being, pure awareness. When that sense of I am just softens into its source, what gives birth to the expression, to the body-mind, is absolute awareness, impersonal. Actually, absolute awareness is attributeless, has no opposites, has nothing to reflect against. So that seems to seep into the very bones of the human experience. So it's just known, whatever appears, all the invitations are not coming to anyone, not a separate self entity. So we just need to see this over and over again, because we've seen we've adopted, looked through this lens of separation over and over again. So it's to train the attention to experience itself as formless awareness. It's fundamental nature in the game of duality, effortless being. You know, we're open to how life is flowing through the physical body, not needing to plan, getting used to not being in control. It does take a little bit of time, but it is easier if we've always got this chance to turn within and recognize what we fundamentally are. Any potential adoption of ownership of any of the textures are seen through. So I'm just inviting you again to turn towards what you are. This very simple awareness, aware of itself, that's for the human experience. And then the I am, which again is just this being here now, prior to story, just I am, just an expression of source. Even that has chance to dissolve back into what gave birth to it. And that can't be named. Has nothing apart from it. No opposites. Nowhere to go. Could say pure awareness. No story for me. No story at all. And that's always there. That's what we are. So the human experiences of one of remembering its fundamental nature through the game of opposites, through textures of experience, recognizes what it's not, turns towards what it is over and over again. It's only the one self journeying, experiencing itself within itself, never becoming anything. They're all transitory experiences, but what's aware never changes, is always there. So it's to just recognize that until it's just obvious throughout your entire day that You're the awareness of it. So it's not that the I is the awareness. It's just awareness, naked, pure being, pure awareness, no I. It's very intimate because it's what you are. It's not apart from you. You can't leave it. So it's just to feel into that and recognize it for yourselves. Which, you are this, but you're this experiencing the body-mind. You're an expression of it, never leaving it, never becoming anything. And that's where the freedom for the human experience is. Not a cop-out, it's you embrace everything because you know you're untouched. So there's nothing to fear, there's nothing to resist, because you can see that everything's already included. There's nobody controlling anything. And it's life unfolding. It can feel like there's somebody controlling it. It can feel like there's somebody resisting, but all of that is experienced by this. So whenever you're ready, you don't have to. You can open your eyes, and if you've anything anybody wants to share, but I just think it's a lovely way to open up to what we actually fundamentally are. Undeniably, when we look, we're just aware. So it's to know what's always here and spend time looking at what's always here. So when we turn towards the ever-changing, we turn as awareness, seated in awareness. And then the pull to the game of duality is not as strong because you know what you are. And then if you do experience separation, it's only ever this looking through the lens of separation. So there's not a problem with it. It's just you just recognize you're having a limited experience. But what you are is never limited. And you just recognize you walk around as total freedom all the time. That doesn't mean there's not going to be thoughts appearing, thoughts really strong and then no thoughts. There's going to be an ever-changing experience, but what you are never changes. And you get to experience that, the never-changing and the ever-changing together.